And our fourth main topic today gets submitted to us by Rayan Butt, or Rayan Butt, who writes, "Greetings, John. From one stupid movie title to another, Universal just moved F9, or Fast and Furious 9, to June 25th, 2021, more than a year after it was originally supposed to release on May 22nd, on 2020. For now, I believe it will hold to this date. However, I noticed that June 25th is also the same release date for another blockbuster movie, Venom, There Be Carnage. I think it's clear that Venom 2 is getting moved now. What are your thoughts? Thanks, and bring on the filthy." All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yes, so in what was actually to me a rather encouraging sign, Fast 9 got moved. Well, John, how's that encouraging? Because they moved it 1 month. They moved it 1 month, which again, to me, much like seeing Quiet Place 2 now moving up 4 months, it was like basically that was announcing we're coming back. Yeah, May was a little bit too early. Bumping it 1 month sends a clear message. Yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Now, is the audience ready to go back? That's another discussion for another time. But that, to me, seeing that they moved it and bumped it just 1 month was pretty encouraging to me, saying, okay, we are now finally going to get to see this thing in theaters. Because, Rob, you and I are both kind of suckers for the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Kinda.
Okay, very much suckers for the Fast and Furious franchise. Anyway. So here we are, that moves. But in the midst of that, and that news just dropped a couple of days ago, there was a footnote to it, which a lot of people overlooked, which Rayan did not overlook, which is, it has just happened to move to the same day that Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, is supposed to come out. Couple of interesting things, though, about Venom 2. We are now in March. You know me. Studios have to get into the habit of releasing trailers later. They've been releasing trailers too early for far too long. So, when it's 5 and 6 months out and people are going, why hasn't a trailer for this come out yet? It's like, everybody relax. But here we are. We are in March, April, May, June, July. I mean, we are talking just a couple of months away. We are talking just a couple of months away for this movie. And still talking about Venom 2. And still no signs of it. Like, we're just a little over 3 months away and still no signs of it. So we started to wonder, I wonder if the fact that they haven't started up a marketing campaign means that they are also looking at bumping it a little bit. Rob, it seems to me that it is an inevitability at this point. I don't think Universal moves Fast 9 to that date without consulting with the studio about Venom. I don't think they make that move without at least hopping on the phone and giving Sony a call and saying, look, are you guys holding that date? Are you moving this? We think we would like that date. Because I'll tell you what, with this, especially even in the best of times, Rob, you don't want to open your major tentpole film on the same day, even if yours is the bigger one. You don't want to open your major tentpole film on the same day as another major tentpole film, especially when it's a film that's going after the same demographic of audience that your film is, because you may beat the other one, but you're going to take damage. So I have a feeling the combination of the fact that we've seen no marketing coming out of Venom 2, and remember, this is no insider information. This is no insider information. This is just pure speculation. We could be dead wrong about this. But when you look at combining the fact that we've had no marketing spinning up, despite the fact that we're just a little over 3 months out from Venom 2, with the fact that Universal's just made this move to move Fast 9 there, a move that you got to believe there was some consultation about because they don't want to shoot each other in the foot.
Right.
I think it's an inevitability that Venom 2 is going to move, and we are probably only days away from hearing that announcement. I think we're probably only days away from hearing that announcement. Now, the question then becomes, Rob, if, and that's a giant if we're right about that, and that they are going to move it, the question then becomes, what kind of move will it be? Will it be a Minions 2 move where it gets bumped another year, or will it be a Fast 9 move where they bump it like 6 weeks to a month to 2 months, something like that? That's the bigger question. My guess, it'll be a short bump just to give it an extra month or two for the theaters to get it back up and running, but it could be something longer. I'm going to guess it's going to be a shorter. Rob, you look at this situation. Number one, I'm sitting here saying I'm assuming it's probably meaning they're going to move. Do you think it'll move? Do you think it has chances of staying in the same spot? And if so, what kind of move does it do if you think they will move? What do you think?
Well, again, it's like this whole problem with 2021 being every day that goes by, the rest of the release windows get compressed. And with more, these movies are all expensive, big studio tentpoles. And, I think at some point they're going to have to pull the trigger. I don't know if Venom 2, like you said, we haven't seen any marketing on the film. And this is not a cheap movie either. This is a movie that they're expecting to pull in between $800 million to $1 billion. And it's the kind of movie that I would imagine the marketing blitz would be huge on. So I would have thought that we would have seen something on this film. We've already had Fast and the Furious trailers before, so everyone knows. No one's seen anything from Venom. So that leads me to believe that maybe it is moving, John. I think pushing it later. I mean, think about it. We got 4 Marvel movies coming out this year still.
Yeah.
And with Venom, which is essentially a Spider-Man adjacent movie, maybe Tom Holland even shows up in it. Who knows, in a post-credit scene? But by the way, I have no idea if that. I'm just making that. I'm pulling that out of my behind. But who knows? I think it probably will move. But I don't know to when. Maybe a month or two. I think it really is going to depend. I think honestly, right now we're coming out of things, but I still think we're on the cutting edge of being safe. We talk about COVID cases are coming down, but people are opening. Hey, Texas is open, but will they get another surge because of that? I think we'll know more in a month or two.
If they came to you right now, though, Rob, if the execs from Sony came to you and said, Mr. Burnett, we are deadlocked in our boardroom, and we know the only person to give us guidance here is Robert Meyer Burnett.
Yeah, I don't talk to Bob Iger anymore, so.
We have a choice of moving this thing 5 weeks or moving it 11 months. Which do you think is the wiser thing for us to do right now, given the circumstances of when it was supposed to already come out? What advice do you give Sony?
I don't think they should move it 11 months. I think that, look, at one point you're going to have to make that gamble. And if things are opening, stuff is coming out. It's just that right now, the problem is that the theaters aren't open enough en masse that these bigger tentpole movies can make the kind of money they need to make theatrically in order to be profitable. Right now, it seems to me that any tentpole film, big movie that's going to open is going to lose money theatrically. And these movies need to make big money, and they're not going to make worldwide the $750 to $1 billion they need to make. That was the expectation when they were made in the first place. So the real question is, are you going to have enough theaters to make it worthwhile for you? And I would say, for the time being, try pushing it 5 weeks. With cases precipitously coming down, you might catch a wave. Right now, it's like surfing, waiting for the surf to come in. And I think you could be having a great day, or the water's going to be glassy all day, and you just sit out there waiting. But I think if you're going to bet that these waves are going to come in, meaning the waves of people going into movie theaters because it's all open up and everyone's vaccinated, you got to pull the trigger. We're still 3 months away. Why not push it another 5 weeks and buy yourself that extra time?
Well said. All right, guys, question for you is, what do you think is going to happen to Venom? I think it's inevitable. It will probably move. I think all signs point to Venom moving. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe it sticks in its spot and they figure out a way to make that work. But my guess is that it moves. But then if it moves, does it move like a month or two? Does it move like 11 months? Who knows? Guys, if you're in charge of Sony, what do you do? Jump down into the comment section below and leave us your thoughts. All right, guys.